Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Basement Card Collector. Today's video I'd like to show you some of the things I picked up at a card shop. I can't really call it a local card shop, but I did have to travel somewhere and I did search card shops near me, and I was kind of excited and happy to see one that I've never been to pop up on our search, and it was on the way to where I was going. So I'd like to show you what we did pick up, and before we do that, I'd like just to show you a couple cards here on the stand. Mr. Andre Dawson on that 1989 Topps, a Roger Craig autograph card that we found in a care package from our buddy Greg Clark. Very cool card of the should-be Hall of Famer Mr. Roger Craig, and a vintage card that I picked up last summer, one of the coolest cards I own, a Mr. Johnny Bench on that 1969 Topps. And so what I'd like to show you is the things I picked up from this card shop, and a couple things here on stage are kind of a good example of the things that I'm collecting. And so I have a few stacks here off camera I'd like to pull on to the screen to show you what kind of things I like and collect, and I'd like to show you what we got. So let's take a look. I have a few stacks of cards here. I'm a 49er fan, and I found a little 10-cent dime box, and I just pulled a few guys. Nick Bosa Gold. I don't have many of the new cards, so this might be my first Brandon Ayuk, I think. Here's my man Debo. Mr. George Kittle, what a beast. And a blue something Debo as well. So just a couple 49ers. I think we're going to put Mr. Kittle on the front. I am a 49er collector. Have a box and a binder going and collect several players. I also am a Florida State fan, and I was kind of excited to find this Bowman U product. I love this set. I love how it shows the current players in their Florida State uniform. Here's another receiver, Johnny Wilson. He's going to be a first-round pick when his name is Jared Verse, with that white helmet version. That's really cool. And then what I would consider Mr. Florida State for me is Mr. Deion Sanders. Picked up 3 of his new cards. Love this thing. Living Legends, first ballot from Panini, and then also that gold score. But we're going to put this one on top. So I'm a Florida State football fan, and so we have a little collection Florida State as well. I also, when I do get into a card shop, I like to pick up a couple rookie cards of some young kids, and, you know, just in case they do turn into something later on. Picked up my first Garrett Wilson rookie card on the score. He has been a very solid receiver for the New York Jets. Pretty cool card, and again, in that college uniform, I really dig that. Mr. Jalen Carter on the Leaf card. National champ with Georgia, and really found a good home there in Philadelphia, so another card of his. And I picked this up for a second reason here. There's Will Howard on the Kansas State, with the Kansas State uniform on, but he's also recently transferred to Ohio State, and he'll get 1 year, I think, there in Buckeye Town to see what he can do. And just, you know, quarterbacks from Ohio State seem to be drafted high, so maybe this is something cool down the road. That is the refractor. We're going to put Mr. Garrett Wilson on top of this stack. So I like to pick up 49ers. I like to pick up Florida State. I like to do it every now and then, a little rookie card. I also picked up a few cards for, I would call this our fourth stack, our cards for other people. And so for some YouTube friends, I picked this up, Ricky Henderson. We're going to be adding this to a pile to send out to a buddy. Actually, 2 Ricky cards. Pretty cool cards. That Ricky Shiny. Got a buddy. Those are going to be going off too. This is actually a twofer for another team that I like to watch, Father-Son channel. Pick these up for those guys. I'd like to get those in a to-go package. This is for another friend, I like that holiday version, and I'm gonna put that into a little package too to send out. And then one more, Mr. Eddie Watt on the 68 tops. I have a buddy, a good friend that likes Eddie Watt, and so I'm hoping he needs this as well. So we have that in our, we'll call that our fourth pile. Let's put that Eddie Watt on top. And my 2 piles remaining, I have to pick up some Cubbies for my Cubby collection. That is my favorite baseball team. Let's move Eddie back here for a minute. And again, in that dime box, found a really cool Ernie Banks. Pretty cool Mr. Sammy Sosa. Something on the optic. Rookie card of Nico Horner, so current Cubby. And 2 more current Cubbies with that wintry holiday. Just cool. I don't have any of those, so for a dime, we'll take it. One more back in the optic box here, Mr. Javi Baez of the former variety. This was the coolest one for sure in the 10-cent box. That's Jake Arrieta. And if you remember Jake, he was a Cy Young Award winner, Cubbies legend, if you will, there in their playoff run. And that's him on the rookie card for the Orioles. So I was super pumped to add that. What a cool find. And we're going to put Mr. Jake here right on top of Eddie Watt. No offense, Mr. Eddie Watt, but I'm running out of space over here. And then, really cool, I'm building a Cubs binder with all top sets and other make sets as well, but super pumped to find a vintage box. And even just the top loaders themselves are brand new. I picked up a couple 68s, Glenn Beckert, Ken Holtzman. Just don't run into these kind of cards. 68 Bill Hand, there's another. So all those 68s, I was thinking, yes, please. And we found a couple other 65, 60, 265s, just in really great shape. And then these are pretty sweet. There were 2 of them, but I grabbed them both. The 74 Topps team card. So more Cubs, but more on the vintage side of things. And my final pile, I was really pumped to find a couple of these cards. And again, I'm working on building all of the top sets as well as having some team favorites. So here's a pretty cool 77 Robin Yount for $1. Really cool Pete Rose for $1. Just some of these cards, I just feel like they're big names. They're not in the greatest of shape, but for set building, I'll be happy just to get one for now and maybe upgrade later. So pretty cool for $2. This Sporting News all-time All-Stars. I have never seen the Lefty Grove, but I'm slowly gathering those, so that's fun as well. And to go along with my my collections, I tried to pick up a Hall of Famer that I just didn't have a card of, and that's how I came across the Johnny Bench. Here's the 71 Tony Oliva. Just don't have any of his cards. I'm going to add him to my newly but ever-growing vintage cards as well. Great hitter, hitting machine, and the 71s in general, like I said, I'm going to be working on that set sometime, and to pick up a pretty cool Hall of Famer for a relatively low price, I'm like, yes, please. And the coolest find I found, I think it was $2, the Trammell and Molitor rookie card from that 78 Topps. It just was super pumped to find it. So there would be, that was my funnest card I think I found there. And then what I also am into is just collecting sets. I like to build them. I like to find them if I can. I also will just buy them in the box if they have them there available as well. So as I was coming in, like I said, this new card shop, I've never been there. I dug through the dime box and the quarter and the dollar and the baseball and the football. Found those. But as I was cruising over to he had like a wall of old sets on the wall, like, you know, Topps and Fleer and Donruss and Score and things like that. Check out what we found. And these have been setting for a minute. We found the 1986 Sportflics set. Still in the box, and I've never seen them. Here he has it for $15, but I'll tell you what we got these for in a second. So the 86 set, picked up the 87 set and the 89 set. So we picked up 3 of the Sportflics sets from 86, 87, and 89. And like I said, not many people are busting down the doors to go buy Sportflics sets. So they were kind of on the back of his shelf, and I said, hey, like he has it for 10, 15, and 10 marked individually. I said, hey, what if I do 20 for all 3? He's like, you know what? I haven't sold those in a minute. Why don't you take them for 20? And so I thought, I've never seen them. I do like building sets, and I think they only run up to 1990. And I think I have a small chunk of these in a set, kind of a 2-build box. And so I thought that was a really cool find. So the 86 Sportflics, 87, 89, and some really cool collections for my Cubs, 49ers, Florida State, and then again, a couple vintage Cubbies. Just a really cool stop into a brand new shop. And I don't know if I'll ever get back up there where we were. I just happened to find it, and it worked out, and found some really cool cards and didn't spend a whole lot of money. So pretty cool when you find that, and you find some cards you want at a good price. So I thought it was a win-win, just kind of cruising through a town that we don't usually go to. So that's it. That's our card shop finds from a new card shop, and that'll do it. So thank you out there for watching, and we'll see you next time.